So welcome back to another video, guys. It's your boy Ankush Pathania. This is Epic Zindagi, and you know what the motto is: live your life epic. It's been almost like 6 or 7 months now. I haven't picked up this camera. So the reason I didn't make any video because I was really busy, and at the same time I was finishing all the vlogs from Peru. I was actually making one video, which was last week. That was the intro for my podcast. So if you guys have not checked out that playlist, make sure you go check out. Maybe by the time I'm gonna drop this video, the first podcast will be out. Make sure you go and check it out. I will be going to more adventure, more traveling this year. But other than that, I was writing down and making some plans of other content to make, because this is something I just like to do. I like to keep myself really busy, keep my mind really occupied. I don't want to like sit around just watch some movies and all that stuff. My life get like really busy. I have many other things to do, many other things to family and all that stuff to take care of. But still, what today's video is going to be about, so it's going to be about two things. First, I'm starting back the playlist for the workout series again. So it's going to be a chest workout today, which is going to be a push workout, focusing on chest, a little bit of shoulders with tricep. This is how I look naturally right now, so not that pumped. That's the thing about like being natural. You only look really good is when your physique is like really nicely pumped. The blood is flowing, the muscles are really like just blowing out. This is my fourth week. No, this is actually my fifth week of me shredding. The first 2 weeks I was trying my best to just get back into the shredding diet. It's just not easy. Even though I try my best to cut the food down, to cut the sugar down, like it's just not easy. You just can't do it just like that. So it was just withdrawals of eating a lots of calories. Even though I was not eating bad food, bad calories, I wasn't eating out, I wasn't eating like fried food. I was still eating lots of calories, which is like pretty hard like to get used to it and just like stop consuming that amount of calories. It's exactly 12 a.m. right now. Today's vlog, we're gonna talk before we go to gym is about challenging yourself, and that's what this video is about, and that's what I'm doing. Because 5 weeks ago I challenged myself, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how. But most of you guys who are following me on Instagram, you might know like how I challenged myself. But if you don't, go follow me on Instagram, because you are missing it what I did 5 weeks ago. So let me prepare my coffee. So coffee is basically like the all-time my favorite pre-workout. I don't buy any other kind of pre-workouts. 8 years of natural lifting, and I only bought pre-workout once with my own money. The second time it was a gift. It ended up getting expired because I just don't like it. It's just like too hard, all these chemicals. I try to put as less chemicals as possible in my body. So in 1 hour we are going to be in the gym. I want to finish my water intake. I haven't, on my days off, this is one of the really hard thing to do, consume proper amount of water. During bulking, it helps you digesting food. And during shredding, you just, because you don't eat enough, so you gotta make sure your body's hydrated all the time. And it's summer right now. Last year during summer, I was not shredding, I was just bulking all the way. It's because of COVID, I was on and off. I actually didn't like how my physique was looking like. Last year I went to Peru. Go check out that playlist because it's done. Peru, I went like in the 11th month, which was November, and I wanted to do shredding before going to Peru, like 2 months before or 3 months before. Okay, I didn't want it to be shredded like for a long amount of time, because it's really not worth it being shredded in Canada. You need calories, you need food, especially how cold it is outside. In my case, that's how I like to be. And yeah, but this year is a little bit different, because this year I'm going in September, which is almost 3 months before November. So it's a different story. So that's why I'm preparing right now. But also I have been really consistent to the gym, even though I don't make the videos, but coffee is done. So I was saying, even though I don't make videos, that does not mean I'm so busy that I'm not even going to gym. For me, the most important and basic thing is workout, and going to sleep. This is what should be really important for you also. So this is instant coffee, Nescafe, and all-time favorite. What we're gonna do, put one really big teaspoon, not tablespoon, but teaspoon. With this, I'm gonna be putting a little bit of honey. You can drink all black also if you want to, but if not, it's not a big deal. 3 swirls. As I will be close to my vacation, I'm gonna start cutting down all these calories. And with this, I'm gonna put 2 pieces of elaichi. That's what we call in Hindi or Punjabi. I guess in English is kade bone, something like that. But 2 of this, and just like that, it's done. So this is not just my 5th week when it comes to shredding, but also my 5th week when it comes to, I was bald, completely bald 5 weeks ago, and that was a challenge to myself. I was thinking about going bald. I never did before. This was something, I guess, one of the big insecurity when it comes to all the men. They do not want to lose their hair, or they don't want like less volume in their hair. They want to have like a good amount of hair, right? This was something that happened a long time ago. I'm 25-year-old right now, but 10 years ago, I remember really precise. As all the teenagers, we waste so much time when it comes to boys. And I remember when I was like 14, 15, we all put gel or some kind of like, foam, wax, something in our hair. And we put so much energy, so much time, 15, 20 minutes to make sure like our hairstyle is looking at the point. I remember my dad used to tell me around that time that as a man, you shouldn't be worrying about like how you look like. But you know what, to be honest, around that time he told me all this stuff. Like he was also telling me, insisting me in a way, hey, you know what, you should go bald, or you should have like really small hair, like army kind of a hairstyle. And at that time I never understand like what was the whole point of like him telling me this. I was listening him from this year, and the words were literally going out from that year. I never understood the concept of what he was trying to teach me. Now living by myself for almost like 8+ years, now I'm realizing like what he was saying, especially this year, that as a man, you do not decide what your value is. The society decides what your value is. The things you provide for your family, the things that you do for your family, your siblings. So summer was coming. I was like, it's a really good way. Like it's a really nice way. I was so busy at work, you know, you can say literally clocking 12-hour shift, 13, 14. Like I just work a lot. You have to, as an immigrant, work hard. I didn't have enough time to go to barber. My barber is kind of far away from my house. And so I was like, you know what? This is something like it was going in my mind. On the month of April, I was thinking, hey, should I go bald? Should I do what my dad was asking me to do? Like I have no idea why, but this idea just came in my mind, and I was like, you know, I want to go bald. And I was like, in a way, debating with myself, should I do it or should I don't? Should I do it? Should I don't? It was going back and forth for 2 weeks. Then all of a sudden I remember the third week, I was just thinking certain things going in my life. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just woke up. I remember the trimmer was in my hand. I just literally trimmed myself. Then I decided to shave myself. So basically I was clean shave. My head was shining next day, I remember. And it was really nice, man. Like to be honest, like if I was 15 years old, I guess I was gonna be embarrassed to go out. I was gonna be like thinking about, hey, what people are going to think about me. But being through like so many things in my life and being by myself since the age of 17, like I said, I'm 25 now. I was like, you know what, there is no way like I care about what people think. And which was true. I literally woke up next day. Really doesn't matter how I feel. I exactly do the things that are needed to be done. I went out. Not even once I thought about, hey, what they're gonna think about me if I'm at work, or if I'm in gym, or if my friends, what are they gonna think. Even they were pretty surprised about like what I did with myself. I really like the fact like when the wind blows, it touches the scalp of your head. You feel really good. It feels really nice and cold. It was a really big challenge 10 years ago if I was 15, but right now at this point, I guess I was just thinking too much, but it wasn't a big of a challenge. And I will suggest everybody, if you really want to bring discipline in your life, if you really want to challenge yourself, I guess going bald is something that will challenge so many men, will challenge your limits, will challenge your mind, and will challenge you, because most of us, like we really think about sometimes, hey, what people are gonna think about and all that stuff, right? This is a challenge. I will give it to everybody, and I guess you should do it. As a woman, I don't suggest you getting bald, but maybe you can get a boy cut or get a small hair, or I don't know, if you want to go really wild, you can go bald. I don't know, try it. So in general, my hair, like they grow pretty quick. The only thing that people told me is that, damn bro, your hair, like they grew pretty quick, because in the matter of like 2 weeks, I had like my head was like complete black, and this is like the end of 4 weeks and the 5th week, and you can see they are already like pretty long right now. I'm gonna finish this coffee quickly. I'm gonna go in my car. I actually bought another tripod so I can talk while I can drive also. So I will be using the camera, talk about rest of the things, and I guess either I'm gonna be showing you guys my workout and talking like while working out, or I'm gonna be taking the clips and doing a voiceover and explaining you my workout. I guess that's going to be a really good way. Today is the first day after such a long time, so we're gonna see how it's gonna go. But let me finish this coffee quickly. We're gonna talk rest in my car, and I'm excited to use that tripod. So what I have with me is this suction kind of a tripod. So this is something I will be putting on that side of the window with the passenger side, and the camera is going to go there. I actually tried this last week, and it is working like pretty nice. So look, this is something like this. So you press on this button. This is a suction. You put it on the window, and then you put this on top right here. I will be locking that out. It's like this thing right here. I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna start doing like this. Like this red line needs to be all the way in. So now it's all the way in. This screw is basically just gonna go at the bottom of my camera. So this camera is actually sitting so nicely there. I'm gonna show you this setup. So that thing is holding the camera. That's the suction. This is like a joint. That's another joint. That's me driving. In the screen, it's recording me. That's the microphone pointing me. I will be recording like this from now on. I'm gonna try to put 1 or 2 videos a week. So what I'm wrapping right now is my number 4 jersey. This is from the college team. So if you're from Chandigarh, man, like, share, subscribe. I was born and raised in Chandigarh. I went to this one school my whole life, PML Public School. Then from there I went to college. The reason I'm wearing this jersey is challenging yourself is, after college, I remember I was always into sports. Like even before that, I was in boxing team. I have done boxing, soccer team, and school soccer team. I have done everything but studies, man. So but in grade 11 and 12, I really had to study because that was the only option, because it was board exams. So private school, me being in private school, they cannot help me. They cannot help me getting passed. And the only reason I was passing, because obviously private school, you have a perks. As long as you're giving them money, man, they are willing to put you in the next class. But also at the same time, I was in sports teams. So we were doing something, then doing nothing. So listen to me what I'm about to say. In grade 11 and 12, I remember that is the only time I have studied so much in my life that I end up gaining so much weight, because I was just studying. I still remember my schedule would be close to the exams. I would only sleep 4 hours or like 5 hours in night, and then wake up and study early in the morning, and then 2 hours or 3 hours in the afternoon. So like 7 hours of sleep, somewhere around that. And I got so fat that after that I was like, I'm like, what the hell? And the way I get fat is like my body, I get skinny fat. My whole body remains kind of skinny, and I get this like stomach right here, which I really don't like. So I really had to push myself. I remember my dad's cousin, who is my aunt, she opened up her own personal gym, and the gym was so good. It was far away, but the thing is, it was free. So I would go there and start working out, and I end up finding a really good trainer who would be like there. They would challenge me. They would give me really hard exercises, and for that 1 month, my concern was only and only to lose the weight, because I knew I was going in college. I knew we were going to be in college football team also. So in 1 month, it was my first time in the gym, and I lost almost 25 pounds a matter of like 4 or 5 weeks. And my diet was like nothing much but just low calories. I wasn't focusing on protein, counting calories, all that stuff. My trainer were like, he was making me do stairs, which is the really best way to lose weight. He was making me do cardio, ellipticals, like running, treadmill, and all that stuff, you know. So he literally challenged me. I was accepting all his challenges every day. He would like make like a plan for me. He would like make me run, sprint, slow down, incline, running, like decline, running stairs, everything I did. I ended up losing 25 pounds, and that was the first time, and this is the reason I'm wearing this jersey. I was playing football before that also, but my position was a center back, and that was the first time in my life came in newspaper, in the sports section of newspaper, if I'm not wrong. I came once for a really good performance as a defender, then in quarterfinals, then we got kicked in semifinals. So that was my 3rd time, but the 3rd time was with the whole team. But I really like the fact that they mentioned that this person, number 4, was performing really good, and that's something that literally motivated me. They don't mention your names, my number was there. So, and the same way, you should be challenging yourself. When you are physically fit, people always talk about being mentally fit, but when you're physically fit, it helps you being mentally fit and stronger, because you have to challenge yourself. You have to tell your mind, right now it's 1 a.m, literally 1 a.m right now. You have to tell your mind, hey, let's wake up, let's go to gym. Through your mind, you control your whole body. You end up becoming mentally strong, and then everything else in life kind of become easy. Challenge yourself on everyday basis. Give yourself small goals, big goals, write it down. Wake up in the morning, start doing that list, start finishing everything that you have written in the list. Compete with yourself, man. Compete with yourself. When you are in the gym, you can look at other people and try to be motivated, try to look at them and gain some motivation, but you have to create your own discipline. So you have to compete with yourself. You know, do not compete with other people. You cannot be the best copycat in the world. You just cannot do that. Whatever you want to be in life, you should be like listening to and looking into that kind of stuff. But just because you're looking and listening to that kind of stuff, that does not mean you're gonna be that person. You're gonna be your own kind of a person. Everybody have their own kind of mentality, our own soul, you can say. And when you challenge yourself, you're gonna realize that most of the time, when you are doing certain kind of things, when you are challenging yourself, you are feeling nervous, man. It's okay. You really need to put yourself in situation that makes you nervous. You need to compete against that nervousness that your body gets, that makes you feel shy in front of people, that makes you feel less motivated. In order to reach that long-term goal, you need to make some short-term goals. So now I'm going to be shutting down this camera. I'm going to be blasting on some music. I really like to get into like the beast mode, you can say, or like, because every time I'm going to gym, I'm going with a plan. I know what I'm going to be doing. I will be challenging myself. So I really want to make sure I'm going there with a plan. Everything that I'm doing, I am feeling. I'm feeling the weight when I'm pushing, when I'm pulling, whatever exercise I'm doing, I'm giving everything. So I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, man. The first thing we are doing is warm up. As you guys know, I'm shredding at the moment, so one of the best machine that I really like to use is this. One of the best machine you can use to build cardiovascularity and stamina, I'll say. I do sprints maybe once a week or twice a week, but not more than that. I don't prefer running fast on treadmill because I feel like it put so much pressure on your joints. So this is one way I do my cardio every day. Keep this on high intensity, and 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after, and to just making sure my shoulder blade is ready, my joints are ready, and getting into the mindset of what I'm about to do. So we will be doing incline Smith machine and making sure that it's not all the way to the top. It's like a little bit above what the flat bench is, because when it's like all the way to the up more than 45 degrees, I feel like it puts so much pressure on your shoulders that you're not actually working on your upper chest. So this is how I have been starting my chest workout these days, and this is how we're gonna do. And I'm gonna start with 45 plate on both side, which is 135 pounds, and I'm gonna make sure I'm just like squeezing slow and steady. When you're doing chest workout, you don't have to go all the way up. Do not lock your joints, you don't have to do that. So avoid that, but bring it all the way to the bottom, like touch your chest, squeeze it slow and steady. Focus on that to the front, and then tucking my shoulder blades inside, and then once they are all the way in, making them they are resting on top of the table, top of the pads, they are not hanging outside, and then you lift the bench and then you just press it slow and steady. If you know that your shoulder blades are on top of the bench instead of hanging outside, you're not gonna have a really good lift. You're gonna have pain. So you have to make sure your shoulder blades are tucked inside and they are sitting on top of the table. So took a little break because I wanted to do more repetition. My hip is lifting off the bench, but it's okay. You can cheat a little bit as long as you know what you are doing. Since the plan was to go heavy and I am on my heaviest set, and on the heaviest set my plan is to do as many repetitions as I can until failure, so that I can burn out my muscle properly, I can break the tissues. That's what my focus is. Depending on the day, I have different muscle groups, and different muscle groups have different goals, and that is the goal for the chest, and chest is one of my weakest muscles, I think. So now you can see I'm about to hit my heaviest set, and you always need to prepare yourself before you do that. Deep breath in, I'm inhaling properly, and then bam, give your everything whatever you can, but you need to prepare yourself for this heavy set. Re-rack your weights. Always re-rack your weights. Respect what helps you grow. And now I'm doing the lightest set, just the reverse grip for the pump, and I'm just gonna do this one set to the failure. For the second exercise, I never do two push movements back to back. I do a push movement and a stretch movement. So this is a stretch movement, and we are focusing on the lower chest. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did before. We're gonna do 3 sets. First 2 it's just gonna be like the working sets. The first one is gonna be lightest, the second one is gonna be like a little bit heavier, and the third one is gonna be really heavy, and then the fourth one I'm gonna drop down to the lightest and do repetitions until fail. And obviously guys, you need to make sure that you are tracking your workouts and your diet. And during bulking, my workouts and diet is different, and during shredding it's different. So at the moment my workouts are about to transition into high intensity interval workouts, so I am transitioning slowly. So in next video, the kind of workouts I'm going to be doing is going to be different. So make sure you watch this first episode, because all the next episodes are going to be linked. So this is the third exercise. We are about to do another push movement. We're gonna make sure that our bench, the front of the bench is a little bit above the ground, because the bench is not straight, it's a little bit declined. The last exercise, which is focusing on the lower chest, was basically getting ourselves ready for the third exercise, which is decline bench. So we are not going all the way decline, because that's like putting so much pressure on your lats and shoulders also. So we're gonna be going at this angle to put a really good amount of pressure on your chest, and I have been doing like this for a little while now. And like I said, chest is one of my weakest muscle, and I have seen a big change, a big difference when it comes to the growth and the difference of the size, and I really like it. So putting the heavy weights on my legs, bringing them close to my upper body, putting them right next to each other, hugging them, leaning back with them, and putting them on my chest and slowly sliding them to the side, and bam, just like that, avoiding any kind of jerky motion, avoiding injuries. We are doing slow, steady, and safely. So this is the best way to do it. Learn the technique. I have seen so many people struggling with this, and they always come and ask me, and this is the best way to do it. I always teach them, you need to hug them, put them close, and look, now I'm about to do one of the heaviest set, hugging them, bringing them close to each other, making sure they are close to my upper body, going back with them slow and steady, resting on my chest, slowly sliding them to the side, and slow, steady, bam, another push. 1 repetition, number 1, and then bam, repetition number 2. It's okay if your hip is coming a little bit up, because bam, repetition number 3, and then bam, repetition number 4, and right after jumping to the lightest weight and just doing it to the failure, just burning my muscle out. And this is what they call pumping iron, baby. And right after, this is really important. You need to make sure that you are flexing your muscles, you are pumping it, you're making sure it's looking good. And then moving on to the fourth exercise, making sure on this fly chest movement that we are about to do, the bench is all the way to the down, so that we can focus more on the upper chest. And that what is focus of the day is, like I said, really precisely, I do one push movement, then stretch, push, stretch. I never do two push movements back to back, because when you're doing pushing movements back to back, or like a really heavy movements back to back, you are just like burning yourself out. And after 1 or 2 exercises, 3 exercises, you are done, and now you cannot focus on other muscles, you cannot do other exercises that you are supposed to do with your chest or any other kind of workout. So the goal is going to be same for this exercise also. We're going to be doing 3 sets. First light, the second one is heavy, and then the third one is going to be the heaviest. And right after, we're going to do a drop set and just burning out the muscles to the failure. And just like that, chest workout is done. But since it is not just chest workout, I do push workout, pull workout, and legs workout. This is what we are doing next. Focusing on shoulders, we are doing front lateral raise, and just slow and steady. And just like other exercises, I am going to be doing 3 sets, light, heavy, and the heaviest. And then after that, I'm just going to be doing burning out my muscle. You can literally raise both arms at the same time, single, however you want to do. It's slow, steady, and focusing on the moment with the mind-muscle connection. And then for the next exercise, we're gonna do triceps. We're gonna do this first variation with the straight bar. I will be doing 2 sets. First one is just gonna be really heavy. I'm just gonna do as many as possible until failure. And the second one is going to be lighter than that. So not that heavy, not that light, and again until failure. And now moving on to the second variation with the rope. Check out my form. When I bring this rope down, I'm squeezing it all the way out. I am not just pulling it down, I'm trying to open the rope, try to make it straight. Just look how I do it. And then later on, I decided to do the third variation, and we're going to be doing the same thing on this also. 2 sets, both of them until failure. And the first set is going to be the heaviest, and the second one is going to be whatever less than that. In the end, we're going to be doing abs workout, and one of the best abs workout for upper abs and lower abs is going to be the hanging one. We're going to be doing 3 sets, 15 repetitions, and then the third one is going to be the 20 repetitions. The third set is going to be this one right here, legs all the way up. This is really hard, but believe me, it's so good for your abs, and you don't have to do any other exercise. All 6 and 8 packs, whatever you have, your whole core is getting worked out with this one. And then in the end, I will be doing this one 10 repetitions. So this was 10 extra repetitions on top of 50 repetitions that I did. And obviously, like I said before, do not forget to flex, man. You need to make sure you're flexing. You need to make sure you look into the mirror and flex and see how your muscles are growing, how the pump is. This thing is really good for the confidence. Also, sometimes we really think that what people are going to think about us, but don't worry. Put yourself in these nervous situations to gain confidence. Just do yourself, man. Don't care about what people think. So we just finished the workout. It's actually 4:45 a.m. I was in the gym around 1:30 a.m. Usually my workouts are not longer than 2 hours, to be honest. On my days off, it's never longer than 2 hours. Usually on the days I'm working, I try to keep it really intense, short breaks. But today was a different day, and this was one of the reason. I don't like to film that much, so I tried a different approach today. What I did, all I did was made videos, and if you guys have already came this far in the video, you might have realized that I'm gonna do voiceovers, and in this way I guess I can keep my workout short. I can work out by myself, I can film by myself, so in this way I can create more content. And the weather is really beautiful outside, it's windy. Same ritual every day, same thing every day: workout, food, and sleep. One thing I want to tell you is that from now on I will be uploading these videos pretty regular. That's why in the beginning of the video it says episode 1 or EP1. It's June, 5th of June. So it's 5th of June, and from now on the video is going to be regular. And so I'll see you guys in next video. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good day, guys.